Imagine a country in the Middle East, Iraq, a nation with a long history, ancient civilization, and vast oil reserves. But in 2003, this country became the center of world attention. The United States and its allies launched a massive invasion that changed the face of Iraq forever. The question is, why did America invade Iraq? What was the real reason behind this war? This story begins after the tragedy of September 11, 2001, when the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center collapsed in a terrorist attack. America, led by President George W. Bush at the time, declared a war on terror. Initially, the primary target was Afghanistan, where Osama bin Laden was hiding. However, just 2 years later, America's attention shifted to Iraq. The American government accused Iraqi President Saddam Hussein of possessing weapons of mass destruction (WMD), weapons that they said could threaten the world. Furthermore, Saddam was also accused of having ties to the terrorist group Al-Qaeda. These accusations led America to argue that Iraq posed a direct threat to global security. But was all of this true? On March 20, 2003, the skies over Baghdad were rained down with missiles and bombs. This operation was called Shock and Awe, a strategy to surprise and weaken Iraq as quickly as possible. American troops and their allies entered Iraq. Within weeks, Saddam Hussein's regime collapsed. The world witnessed the downfall of a dictator who had ruled for more than 2 decades. However, this American victory raised many questions. The UN force tasked with searching for weapons of mass destruction in Iraq found none. There was no evidence that Saddam possessed such weapons. So, was America's excuse simply a lie? Many analysts believe that this invasion was not simply about weapons or terrorism. There were 3 main reasons behind America's move. 1. Iraqi oil. Iraq had one of the world's largest oil reserves. Controlling Iraq meant securing vital energy and resources for America and its allies. 2. Geopolitics and power in the Middle East. By overthrowing Saddam Hussein, America wanted to strengthen its influence in the region, especially against another major enemy, Iran. 3. Domestic political agenda. After the September 11th tragedy, the Bush administration was under immense pressure to demonstrate its strength. Invading Iraq was a way to demonstrate that America still held sway in the world. So, the real reasons may not have been global security, but rather power, oil, and politics. The invasion had devastating consequences. Millions of Iraqis lost their homes, their families, and even their lives. Iraq descended into chaos and civil war. New extremist groups, including ISIS, emerged, further destabilizing the region. America's image in the eyes of the world worsened, as it was perceived as waging a war without a clear legal basis. Ironically, to this day, the weapons of mass destruction used as the justification for the invasion have never been found. The 2003 American invasion of Iraq was one of the most controversial events of the 21st century. America billed it as a move to protect the world, but for many, it was merely a cover for political and economic interests. Today, more than 20 years after the war began, Iraq is still struggling to rebuild its country. And the world continues to wonder, was the invasion truly about protecting the world, or merely serving the interests of a select few? So, what do you think? Was this invasion truly about global security, or was it one of the biggest hoaxes in modern history?